Dynamite. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm IWN, and this is your AEW Dynamite review for November the 9th and 10th, 2022. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Also, you can add me on Facebook, you can add me on Snapchat, you can follow me on Instagram. Links to all my accounts are always in the description. But look, the matches that took place on last night's AEW Dynamite episode was FTR and the Acclaimed versus the Guns and Swerve in Our Glory. The Full Gear World Title Eliminator match. We had Andy Kingston versus Ethan Page in that. We had Wardlow versus Ariya Daivari. Ryan and Britt Baker, DMD, face-to-face. We had Trent Beretta versus Jay Lethal. And then we had the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley promo. Yeah, then we had MJF cutting his promo on Jon Moxley. We got Skye Blue versus Jamie Hayter. And Daniel Bryan versus Sammy Guevara. The best 2 out of 3 falls match. Now, to those of you that was not notified about the AEW Dynamite watch-along, I was, in fact, live with my AEW Dark watch-along last night. So to those of you that did not make it and didn't show up, you guys missed it. Where were you? Where were you? Where were you guys when I need you? Where are you when I need you in the live chat? Where are my moderators when I need them in the live chat? I don't understand. I don't get that. But anyways, so I'm going to basically break it down to you before I begin the AEW Dynamite review here. So I'm going to say exactly what I put right in the description. So, on the road to Full Gear, on November 19th, AEW All Elite Wrestling rolled into Boston for an episode of Dynamite that further built its top storylines and feuds in preparation for its final pay-per-view of 2022. Of course, I'm not going to, I've already gave you guys the card for last night's AEW Dynamite, but I'm still going to do it anyway. I'm still going to say it anyway in case anybody doesn't understand or is confused about what I'm saying. So Jamie Hayter battled Skye Blue in one-on-one action, looking for one more key victory to help sustain momentum ahead of her AEW Women's Championship opportunity against Toni Storm at AEW Full Gear. That is where the championship match is going to take place. Now, elsewhere on the show, that Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara did battle for the second consecutive week. And we heard from Jon Moxley and MJF as well ahead of their upcoming blockbuster match for AEW Full Gear. So does anybody have any questions before we begin the AEW Dynamite review? That's if anybody is watching. Anybody? Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay. We're going to go ahead and get to the review because I want to. Just because I want to. Not because everybody wants to watch it. It's because I want to. Because I really enjoyed this week's episode of Dynamite. I know I may sound like a fucking complete idiot, but you gotta admit, there were some good parts on this show. Not everything on this show was so great. Not everything on this show was so great, man. Some things on the show was great, some things weren't. So, the Dynamite intro video aired. I feel like I already need fucking water because my throat's already getting dry again. But anyways, Dynamite intro video aired, and Escalabar welcomed the TV audience to the arena, along with Taz and Tony Schiavone. They plugged appearances from Jon Moxley and MJF, plus Eddie Kingston versus Ethan Page, Britt Baker, and Saraya face-to-face. And Sammy, Guevara, and Bryan Danielson, 2 out of 3 falls match, which I mentioned like 3 times already. The Guns made their entrance for the opening 8-man tag team match. They were accompanied by Stokely Holloway and W. Marcy. Their partners were Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee, Swerve in Our Glory, followed behind them. They were then actually joined by FTR and the Acclaimed. Now, Max made some jokes about Swerve and the Ass Boys. He referenced Kyrie Irving and a few other fresh references. Billy Gunn ran down and attacked Swerve, but was quickly cleared by AEW officials. We got FTR, Dex Harwood, and Cash Wheeler versus the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed's Matt Caster and Anthony Bowens, of course, versus Swerve in Our Glory. Swerve. Ooh, I'm tired. Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. And the Guns, Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn. Dax started the match with Austin Gunn. Harwood got a very, very early advantage. And the FTR squad landed some punches on Austin in the corner. Swerve and Cash Wheeler tagged in, traded shots for a bit, and chaos broke out. The Babyfaces squad all landed mounted punches in the 4 corners and cleared the heels from the ring. Keith Lee was launched to the floor by the Acclaimed, and then they scissored to celebrate. They attempt to bring FTR into the celebration. And by the way, guys, immediately after the review, I'm going to be giving you guys your AEW Thursday morning news. And I will not be streaming any content this afternoon. I will be working. So I'm going to try to relax the best way I can before I go to work. Because I know there's probably going to be a lot of dishes stacked up as soon as I get there. I hope not. I hope most of the morning shift dishes are done. I hope. And I just hope Thursday is gone and over with. Done and over with. Because you know when I get to work, I'm gonna be wanting Thursday. I'm gonna be wanting to get Thursday done and over so I can be off till Monday. Ready for the weekend to get here, man. I'm ready for Friday Night SmackDown and Rampage because Dynamite and SmackDown seems to be the only 2 shows that seems to be delivering so far. All the other shows have been complete garbage. The rest of the shows haven't been that good at all. You're seeing that I was about to fall asleep on this week's episode of AEW Dark on my AEW Dark watch along yesterday afternoon. I literally about fell asleep. It was so bad I had to do that. I had to push that cricket instant button thing on the app. That's how freaking boring and uninteresting AEW Dark was this week. But they had 2 matches that stole the show. And one of the matches included Ember Moon versus DeMonte. I enjoyed watching that. I enjoyed watching Kayla Rossi squash the hell out of Ashley. And even though I'm not a fan of squash matches at all in AEW or WWE, but I still enjoy Kayla Rossi whoop the hell out of Ashley. Hopefully they're building her up towards a feud with her fit buddy, her protege, her best friend, Jay Cargill. I think Jade Cargill should be dropping that TBS championship to Kayla Rossi. I think that's the right person to drop the title to be honest, if you ask me. I'm just throwing it out there. Either her, Chris Statlander, or Layla Hirsch. I'm body. I think it'd be great seeing her dropping it to Kayla Rossi, man. I would love to see Jade Cargill versus Kayla Rossi. There's some history between both of them. I mean, they trained together. From what I was told, they trained together, eat together. They take photo shoots together. That's what I was told. I even showed y'all the photos of Kayla Rossi and Jade Cargill in their freaking bikinis. Legitimately. Not joking. You guys remember that? Pretty sure you do. Well, you need to remember now because pretty soon Jade Cargill is going to be getting real competition and it's going to be against Kayla Rossi. I just know for that fact. I just know it's going to happen. And that's probably why AEW brought Kayla Rossi back in the first place. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping they bring Kayla Rossi back and give her the proper push that she deserves so she can be in a feud, in her first feud, in her first storyline in AEW. I don't know why Tony Khan can't make somebody like that all elite. I don't get it. She has all the tools to be a star the next star in AEW. She has all the tools to be the next Jade Cargill. Kayla Rossi does. I mean, really. Seriously. What's going on? What's going on here? I don't get it. Anyways, as I was saying, Max Caster made some jokes about Swerve and the Ass Boys. Well, they're actually the Guns now. He referenced Kyrie Irving and a few other fresh references. Billy Gunn ran down and attacked Swerve, but was quickly cleared by AEW officials. FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. And the Acclaimed Matt Caster and Anthony Bowens went up against Swerve in Our Glory, Swerve Strickland, and Keith Lee, and the Guns, Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn. Now, Dax started the match with Austin Gunn. Harwood got an early advantage, and the FTR squad landed some punches on Austin in the corner. Swerve and Wheeler tagged in and actually traded shots for a bit. I don't know what I was thinking. And then chaos broke out. The babyface squad all landed mounted punches in the four corners and cleared the heels from the ring. Keith Lee was launched to the floor by the Acclaim, and then they scissored to celebrate. They attempt to bring FTR into the celebration, but were actually shut down quicker than a cheetah can run. That's how much they were shut down, dude. That's how fast they were shut down, legitimately. W. Marcy helped the heels take control during the break. Dax Harwood landed a back suplex on Austin Gunn, but Colton prevented a tag. Dax was able to escape Colton and made a tag to Anthony Bowens. Bowens landed hard, repeated shots, and he landed repeated shots to Swerve. And then a rocker dropper of sorts to Colton for a 2 count. I said shorts. What the fuck? I need to go smoke a cigar or something, man. Something's clearly not right with me. The Guns recovered and landed a big rig on Bowens, but both Caster and Wheeler broke it up. Everyone got in the ring and started to brawl like it was a sort of tornado tag, Lee and Swerve pulled together to take out Anthony Bowens with a double team forearm strike. Swerve then landed a tornado on the floor that knocked down just about everybody. Dax then pulled Keith Lee down to the floor. Then perplexed Austin Gunn from the turnbuckle out to the floor and knocked everybody down a second time. Now, Dax threw Austin into the ring and applied a sharpshooter. But Colton actually broke it up. Bowens and Caster landed a slam and an elbow drop on Colton Gunn. FTR landed a big rig on Austin. Caster covered Colton and got the win. So after the match, a video aired that recapped an MJF appearance on the Done My Take Sports podcast. He said he was told by doctors to stay home and recuperate, so he could be 100% at full gear. And JF said his match with full gear, or should I say, his match with Jon Moxley was the most important match in the history of the industry. That match is going to be the most important match of the industry, but it's also, not only that, it's also going to be the most important match of his fucking career, for fuck's sake. Because it would crown a new generational talent. MJF detailed his respect for Moxley's work ethic and how he earned everything he's won. Everything he's won through hard work and determination. Now, what sets him apart is, and I hope you guys are listening, what sets him apart is that he was born to do it. And he's had his spotlight stolen from him ever since he started in AEW. Now, at first, it was a neck tattoo. Next was Matt Hardy playing Humpty Dumpty. And then it was Jon Moxley cheating to beat him in his first title opportunity. He told Moxley that he didn't need the diamond ring to beat him. Oh, really? Because he's better than him, and he would do it with his own hands. This 8-man tag team match, it was a damn good match. But it didn't really seem like the opener ever felt in doubt, though, even though it was a damn good match. Good tag team match. But you know what? Everyone also worked well together. The Acclaimed continued to be ugly over with live crowds, and that is a good thing to see. You love to fucking see it, man. You really do. Along with FTR. And JF's promo from Horton, my take, was reiterating a lot of points he's made before. But the delivery was excellent. Very, very excellent, man. Very fantastic. Very incredible. Really, really great. So then after all that, we got a video package for Stokely Holloway. He accused MJF of dick riding Jon Moxley without a license. Oh, man, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard on the show, man. For real. Oh, snap, man. I should have just blanked that word out. I really should have. Oh, well. Whoops. Sorry. That was an accident. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say the word, you know what. I didn't mean to say the D-I-C-K word. Whoops. I should have just blanked that out. It's not like I said it on purpose. I mean, it just slipped. And told him he would see him in hell. Back in the arena, and let's be honest, folks, I'm an adult. I can say whatever the hell I want now. Like, for real. But anyways, he accused MJF of dick riding Jon Moxley without a license and told him he would see him in hell. That's the funniest thing I've heard, though, for real. Wow. That was fucking hilarious. Very, very hilarious, dude. Ethan Page made his entrance with Stokely Hathaway. Stokely Hathaway seems to be a funny guy now, trying to make people laugh. Ethan Page versus Eddie Kingston. I don't know. All I know is Page dominated the early going and dumped Kingston to the floor. He followed up on the floor with stomps and forearm strikes. Kingston fired back with some forearms and a butterfly suplex for a 2 count. Page recovered and sent Kingston hard into the corner to regain control. Back on the floor, Page delivered a vertical suplex. Page continued to grind down on Kingston with strikes. He set up for a powerbomb, but Kingston reversed out with a suplex for a near fall. Kingston won a strike battle with a ridge hand chop and then covered for another close near fall. He then landed, so check this out, guys. He then landed an exploder suplex and applied the stretch plum. So Hathaway prevented the referee from pretty much seeing the tap out. And Ortiz ran off Hathaway, but Eddie released the hold. Both men battled in the corner, but Page was able to land an avalanche eagle's edge on the top rope. Wow. For the win. That even shocked me that he did that. Like, no shit, dude. Absolutely. Backstage, Rush and Josh were with the Dark Order and Renee Paquette. Josh told Princeton Vince that he would get the first title opportunity after he runs the Eliminator tournament and captures the title. He then made it clear that the other members of the Dark Order, they never get a title shot. Josh ever called him a rush bag. He called him a rush bag, and then they all got fired up before cooler heads prevailed. Of course. In the ring, Ariya Daivari offered Wardlow money and a personal assistant in exchange for handing over the TNT title. It seemed like the former Butler would turn on Ariya Daivari after hearing Ariya Daivari say that, but that didn't happen. Wardlow then made his ring entrance and rejected the deal by throwing the Butler out of the ring. Samoa Joe was at ringside. We got Wardlow versus Ariya Daivari TNT Championship. This was basically a TNT Championship squash match. This is just like the TBS Championship match we got between Jade Cargill and Marina Shafir. The exact same. This match is legitimately the exact same match as that TBS Championship squash match we got between Jade Cargill and Marina Shafir. This match was the same to me. Wardlow, just like Jade Cargill, is being booked and used like a complete fucking jobber. Wardlow is being completely booked and used terribly on TV. All because of Tony Khan and AEW. Simple. It's not because of him. It's because of Tony Khan and AEW. I said it on the AEW Dark Long, and I'm going to say it again. Tony Khan needs to hire a general manager. He needs to hire an executive director, and he needs to hire producers and writers. I said this earlier, yesterday. Why is he not taking these steps to do so? If you continue to produce and write these shows by yourself, then what's the point of having an AEW promotion? What's the point of having All Elite Wrestling if you're going to be producing and writing these shows all by your fucking self? Like, who's running these shows? It has to be Tony Khan. It can't be nobody else but Tony Khan. Really. Seriously. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, you guys just watching, dude. I'm not even joking, man. Tony Khan somehow has to be producing and writing these shows by himself. He can't continue this for long. He needs help. He needs help. He needs to hire a general manager. He needs to hire an executive director. He needs to hire more writers and producers. How many more times am I going to have to say all this? How many more times am I going to say all this? Is it going to be 100 times? Is it going to be 1,000 times? Jesus Christ, it seems like every time I say something, something doesn't happen. When you say something, sometimes when you say something, something happens. What if I tell you it's never going to happen? What if I tell you Tony Khan's never going to listen to that part? Tony Khan has enough money to hire a fucking executive director, general manager, more AEW producers and writers. He has enough money to hire an AEW head of talent relations. He can hire somebody to be that. He needs to do what Triple H is doing, man. Making changes to AEW. Start hiring. He needs to do something different, too. Start hiring all those things I just mentioned. I'm not going to say it again. All right? I've said it too many times yesterday. I hope the IWC community is hearing me out. I hope AEW Tony Khan is listening. Because they really need to start doing that. Start focusing on hiring more AEW producers, writers, general managers, and an executive director. You need to hire a film director, too. If you don't have a film director, you need to hire that person, too. Tony Khan needs all the help he can get. Because he's not doing a good job booking and terribly using this young AEW, all these young AEW male and female talents. He's not doing a good job right now. He's not doing a good job right now, dude. He needs help. He does. Really. The shows have not been good lately, all because of Tony Khan and AEW. Tony Khan and AEW is to blame for these shows not getting more views, not getting more ratings, and not getting more fucking audience. Tony Khan's to blame for the reason why the Dark and Elevation Rampage shows are not getting produced in right, dude. Legitimately. That's what I'm saying. I'm not shitting on the product. I care about AEW. That is why I'm saying all these things. Same thing I say about WWE. Except for WWE actually has an executive director. WWE actually has a film director. They still have Cameron Dunn. He ain't even gone yet. Triple H is head of creative talent relations, in charge of WWE. He's in charge of SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. But he has an executive director. He has a general manager for NXT. I believe he does anyway. Hell, sooner or later, Triple H is going to start hiring general managers for Raw and SmackDown. We do need general managers for Raw and SmackDown. I think the general manager for SmackDown should be Paul Heyman. General manager for Monday Night Raw, I don't know. I think Paul Heyman is better off executive director for either Raw or SmackDown. First of all, Triple H needs a Raw executive director. And second of all, Triple H needs a executive director for SmackDown. If you are going to go out your way to hire an executive director for SmackDown, I think Paul Heyman is the right choice. Bring Paul Heyman back. Now, for Monday Night Raw, I don't know, man. If William Regal somehow decides to leave AEW, I think Triple H needs to get William Regal and have him general manager for Raw. Have him general manager for Monday Night Raw. You got William Regal, general manager for Monday Night Raw. Paul Heyman, general manager for Ringo, executive director for Raw. Paul Heyman, executive director for SmackDown. There you go. You have your executive directors, man. William Regal is not just good as general manager. He's good as a executive director, too. William Regal can do all kinds of things. You just got to make sure he does it right. Which I know he will. So. Triple H has people producing NXT, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown. Meanwhile, Tony Khan doesn't have people producing AEW Dark Elevation, Rampage, and Dynamite. It's safe to say Tony Khan's doing all this by himself. I'm going to say this one last time. Tony Khan needs help. That's what I'm going to say. That's it. I said what I need to say on the stream. I'm not going to repeat it. If you guys want to hear it again, all you got to do is go back and rewind, and you'll listen to what I said. Simple as that. And then, this TNT Championship match was a TNT squash match. Wardlow landed a headbutt. I hate squash matches. I don't like seeing squash matches on my fucking television. That's why I stopped going live my AEW Dark Elevation and Dark Watch-alongs, because they're always booking squash matches and not booking actual competitional matches, real matches that are going to get both talents over, that's going to get over with the crowd, matches that are going to be interesting, and it's going to invest my time in watching. Them kind of matches, dude. Seriously. Hard-hitting matches. We can look at this match and be like, oh, this match is a WrestleMania caliber match, or oh, this match is a AEW or NXT worthy match, you know? Them the kind of matches, dude. Come on. That's what we need to be seeing on Dark Elevation and Rampage. Not all these god-awful, nauseating garbage matches. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. But anyways, Wardlow landed a headbutt and Daivari collapsed. He followed up with a huge lariat and then landed 4 power bombs and stood on his chest for a 3 count, basically. That's what I was trying to say. So after the match, Wardlow demanded Powerhouse Hobbs to come out to the ring. Hobbs made his entrance and stood on the ramp. Wardlow thanked Hobbs for coming out like a man this time and said he'd never get the TNT title and that he would eventually take every title in the company. This pissed Samoa Joe off, and who attacked him from behind with the Ring of Honor TV title belt, which I knew was going to happen. I was right again. Oh, snap, man. I was right again, dude. Right again. Those of you that weren't in the live chat for my AEW Dynamite watch along, I sat there and said, something tells me, the look on Samoa Joe's face, something tells me that Samoa Joe is going to hit Wardlow with his Ring of Honor TV title belt. And sure enough, it happened. I was right again, dude. I was right again a second time on the show. Matter of fact, a second time when I was watching this. Right a second time. And then I was right a third time about what Ariya said in her promo to Britt Baker. Oh, don't worry. That's coming up. That's coming up right now. We're going to go over that. I got a lot of good things to say about that, man. That was one of the best things on this week's episode of Dynamite, in my honest opinion. Now, anyways, it pissed off Samoa Joe, who attacked him from behind with the Ring of Honor title belt and choked him out. Hobbs thanked Joe, but said that he would get him too. Ariya and Britt Baker were up next, right after that. Now, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead on a rant and say that Joe attacking Wardlow was fucking bound to happen. Okay? This did not shock some of the people in the community at all. I'm talking about the wrestling community. When I say community, that's what I mean by community. The IWC. But it seems like they did the whole thing on fast forward, though. It really seems that way. No shit. Not lying. I'm not even making that up at all. Now, how being at odds with both of them works for, I guess, majority of the people in the community that watch AEW Dynamite. I'm not sure if it worked for me or not, but know this, though. It could lead to something fun. Really, really fun. It could lead to some fun Huss match. Or some fun Huss matches, should I say. Ethan Page and Kobe. I'm about to say Kobe Kingston. Oh, man. When I think of Kobe Kingston, I'm thinking of Friday Night SmackDown. And this is not Friday Night SmackDown. This is your Rampage review. So get that out of your heads, folks. I'm certainly getting that out of my head. Because I was about to say Kobe Kingston. Jesus Christ. You're lucky it didn't come out of my mouth. Now, I will agree with myself on what I said. I'm right. Again, it could lead to some fun Huss matches. But I feel like there is no build going into Full Gear for some reason. I don't know why. For some reason, there was no build to this. It's just like it all of a sudden happened out of nowhere. I feel like half of these storylines are not getting enough build, to be honest. That's just me, man. But Ethan Page and Kingston was a fun match. Now, to be honest, I really, 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 really don't think Eddie needed for visual tap out there. It took away from Page's eventual win when it didn't need to. So backstage, Jade Cargill was with the baddies, Layla Gray and Kiera Hogan, and told Renee that she would handle Nyla Rose's ass at Full Gear. Cargill said that if Rose showed up to Rampage in Boston, she would take care of her there. It was very, very hilarious that JD on his AEW Dynamite review said that the Geeks Online thought that Sasha Banks was going to appear in Boston for Dynamite. I had to laugh at that. That was actually fucking hilarious. Yep. The Geeks Online thought that, and not only that, I was told that by one of the Geeks Online. You really think I care? You really think I gave a fuck about that? No. I do care about Sasha Banks and her career, though. Don't get me wrong, but I don't care about her appearing in Boston. I don't give a fuck about that. The only thing I give a fuck about, as far as Sasha Banks goes, the only thing I give a fuck about is Sasha Banks, her career, and what she does in the ring, and her character gimmick, and everything else. Sasha Banks is one of my favorite. I've said this countless of times. Sasha Banks is one of my favorite WWE female stars of all time. She's the greatest of all time, man. She's already a future Hall of Famer. I love her gimmick, her entrance, her theme song, her gimmick. And I imagine she's going to come back with a new character gimmick. And not only that, I think she's going to come back with a new theme, too. I hope she keeps that other theme with Snoop Dogg in it. I like that theme song. I hope she keeps it. I hope she never changes that shit. But I love her gimmick and her theme song with Snoop Dogg. Don't stress, y'all. Don't stress, y'all. What it do? You know, she's a legit boss. You can't do that. the big boss. You know, that theme song. I really, really enjoy her theme song and her gimmick. And her promos are really fucking great. Sasha Banks' promos is really great. Her in-ring skills are great. Her meteora is great. Those are all the reasons why Sasha Banks is my favorite. My favorite female stars. And it ain't just the looks. It's just what she does and how great she is. She's a great human being. She's a kind soul. That's for sure. I got nothing negative. I've never had anything negative to say about Sasha Banks at all. No. None whatsoever. Even when Tay Conti defended Jade Cargill over Jade Cargill's arguments with JD, I never said anything negative about Tay Conti. Never. Never said anything negative about Britt Baker or Rebuild. Never said anything negative about Jade Cargill either. The only thing I said was her TBS championship reign has been fucking terrible since she first became TBS champion. Her debut was great. Her being involved in that storyline with Cody Rhodes and Shaq was great. But her TBS title run, her TBS title reign, no. No. Absolutely terrible. She was terribly booked and used like complete garbage. She was treated like complete dog shit as TBS champion at the hands of Tony Khan and AEW. And Tony Khan and AEW is to blame for why Jade Cargill's title reign has been so fucking awful. Same with Britt Baker. Same with Britt Baker. Remember when she was AEW Women's Champion? Yeah, she was booked and used like dog shit. Even as a singles competitor, she's being used to book like dog shit. Tay Conti, same with Tay Conti. Remember when she was that mixed AAA champion with Sammy Guevara? Yeah, she was booked and used like dog shit. Tony Khan, AEW, if that's not enough to tell you that Tony Khan needs to do better with his wrestling promotion, man, I don't know what else to tell you, dude. I honestly don't. I feel bad for the AEW women's division, man. I feel like they are taking their anger out on the wrong people. I feel like they should be taking their anger out on their boss. Their boss is to blame for the reasons why they're not getting terribly. They're their boss. Put it this way: their boss is the reason why they're terribly getting used and booked on TV, on television. They're not getting enough TV time. You want to talk about females that's not getting enough TV time? Then Monte's not getting enough TV time. What's her name? Ashley. What is that? Why they're not giving Ashley TV time? Why is she not All Elite? I don't know how you can't make somebody like Ashley All Elite. I don't know how you can't make somebody like Kayla Rossi All Elite. I don't know how the fuck you can't make somebody like Callie King All Elite. Oh! But there was that news on Thunder Rosa's best friend no longer getting used and booked on AEW Dark and Elevation. I wonder why. I wonder if because was jealous of Mandy Rakowski, Jasmine Allure, and Colin King's success in AEW. I don't know. That's just me. I'm just guessing. Maybe he didn't like Thunder Rosa. Maybe he didn't like Thunder Rosa bringing her best friends to AEW. I mean, that's just my guess, man. I don't know how you would not like somebody. I don't know how you would not like one of the all-time greats, like such as Thunder Rosa, bringing her best friends over to AEW so they can get TV time, so he can build up. I guess maybe it's also because Mandy Rakowski, Jasmine Allure, and Kylie King are associated with other wrestling promotions. Maybe they're with other wrestling promotions. Maybe that's why Tony Khan didn't want Thunder Rosa bringing her best friends to AEW to get TV time in the first place. Maybe that solves things. Maybe that's the ultimate answer right there. Just me. Here I am guessing again. I could be right, though. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I could be right. That doesn't explain why Rebuild's not getting enough TV time. Maybe because a lot of people in the community have said that Rebuild is fucking terrible. But I think she's fucking terrible. I don't think she's fucking terrible at all. They just haven't used her on TV. They just haven't used her enough on TV to show the fans and everybody what she can do. The fans aren't aware of what Rebuild can do because she hasn't been used enough on TV. She hasn't been able to show the fans what she can do because of the way Tony Khan and AEW are booking and wrongfully using the fucking AEW male and female talents. I gotta admit, the AEW women's locker room deserves more. They deserve more respect. They deserve to be used and booked rightfully more on TV. They don't deserve to be booked terribly. They don't deserve to be used terribly, like complete dog shit on TV. The AEW women's talents deserve more. They deserve positivity. They don't deserve negativity. Here you got all these geeks in the community giving them negativity, saying, "Oh, the reason why you suck in the ring is because you're just not good." No. First of all, these fucking irrelevant geeks need to be taking their frustrations out on Tony Khan and AEW. They're the reasons why the AEW female talents are getting used and booked terribly on TV. They're the reasons why they are doing terrible in the first place. They're the reason why so many female talents are doing terribly on TV. No, it's not their fault. It's not the female talent's fault. It's Tony Khan and AEW. It's the way Tony Khan is running his fucking wrestling promotion. I'm not going to say anything. I've had enough. I've heard enough of it. I've said enough of it. I'm done. I'm moving on with the AEW Dynamite review, man. Because that I just said is what I believe. And I even believe to this day that Jade Cargill, Tay Conti, Britt Baker taking their anger out on JD was a mistake. But I also think the reason why they took their anger out on JD is because they were expressing their feelings on how they're getting booked and used terribly on TV. I think that was their way of expressing their feelings, man. I don't think it was their way to get at JD, to take a shot at JD. Then again, I kind of feel like it was, too. But Britt Baker and JD already had a talk from what I heard from watching JD's podcast. So things should be all right. Britt Baker and JD had up their differences. So I could have sworn I said that before. Now, if Jay Cargill and Tay Conti can talk to JD and do what Britt Baker did, yeah, to clear the air, maybe JD will feel a lot better. We all know that's never going to happen. Tay Conti and Jay Cargill's never going to talk to JD. And I don't even think, quite frankly, JD gives a fuck. Good. I don't blame him. I wouldn't, to be honest. I mean, no hard feelings towards Jay Cargill or Tay Conti. I mean, Tay Conti is great. I got nothing negative to say about her. She's great. But I don't like the way Tay Conti is being booked and overly... I don't like the way she's being wasted and buried and treated like dog shit on TV, man. Told you, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. It's not Jay Cargill's fault. It's not Britt Baker's fault. It's not Skye Blue's fault. It's not DeMonte's fault that she's getting treated like complete dog shit and losing twice on Dark and Elevation. It's Tony Khan. It's Tony Khan and AEW. And their typical garbage booking and how they're wasting people on TV. Why do you think Ethan Page hasn't got enough TV time? Why do you think Gun Club hasn't got enough TV time? Why do you think guys like Lance Archer, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony hasn't got enough TV time? Why do you legitimately think Yeah, Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black haven't got TV time. They should have been back already. They haven't. AEW hasn't even bring them back yet. They keep continuing to give us magnets of House of Black, but yet we have yet to see them back in AEW. What the fuck is really going on backstage? Andrade hasn't been seen for months. What the hell's going on? What are you doing, Tony Khan? Really? Even JD said the same thing. Even JD questioned the same thing. Even JD and Jesse questioned the same thing on their AEW reviews. What are you doing, Tony Khan? And even I'm questioning Tony Khan. Like, dude, what are you doing, man? Really? What are you doing? You should be taking the time to start hiring a general manager, executive director, and writers and producers to help you write and produce shows, to help you manage talent, to help direct the shows, to help direct talent and direct the shows, man. So that's what he should be doing. Because at this point, he's not doing a solid job. I'm just going to be honest with you. Not shitting on Tony Khan, but I'm just giving Tony Khan truth. I'm just speaking truth on Tony Khan, dude. I'm just telling you guys the truth like it is, man. I don't think Tony Khan's doing a great job. I just don't think so. At first, I did. The first 3-4 months, I thought he was doing a good job. Now, 4 months later, I just don't think he's doing that good. The talents are doing good. It seems like the talent are doing more than Tony Khan. Most of the talents on AEW men's and women's rosters are doing way better than Tony Khan. To me, in my eyes. That ain't good, man. That ain't good. We need Tony Khan to start doing better. So then we could say, not only Tony Khan is doing a great job, but his talent is doing a great job too. The only praise that AEW has gotten from me is how good the Dynamite shows have been written and produced, how good the matches of Dynamite are, and how good the overwhelming feel of the show is. And Dynamite show itself. That's the only praise they've ever got from me, man. And how good all the male and female talents are. You know, I even praised most of my favorite AEW male and female talents on that roster. Don't get me wrong. I do have a crush on one in particular female AEW female talent, but I ain't gonna say her name. Her name's probably gonna be mentioned later. And you guys probably know what I'm talking about already. Yeah. But anyway, I hope Tony Khan takes the time to reflect and think about what he's doing. Think before you actually produce a show. Think before you actually write a show. Think before you actually book a match. At least talk to the talent and ask them, hey, is booking okay with you? Or are you okay with working with this talent or that set talent on TV, you know? Stuff like that. I don't know, man. I feel bad for most of the AEW female talent, dude. That's all I can say about that. The male talent seems to be getting more TV time than the female talent. But the reality is, some of the male and female talents are not getting enough TV time. That's not good. It's not good, dude. AEW needs to improve, man. It's not the talent's fault. It's Tony Khan and AEW. I'm going to keep saying it every week, man. Until something improves. Until something for AEW. Until something good comes out of AEW. I'm going to keep saying it. Until something good happens in AEW. Until changes are made. At this point, I'm not seeing any changes. I'm seeing the same fucking goddamn shit every week at this point. I'm talking about as far as Dark, Elevation, and Rampage goes. We're seeing the same old fucking squash man, same old every week. This shit sucks, dude. Really. Dynamite's been the only AEW show that's been delivering so well. Good, I'm glad. Dynamite needs to be number one. It's the most important show in AEW history. But the other shows need to be just as better. And they're not. Sadly, unfortunately. Which sucks. It honestly does. I mean, look how many squash matches they book on Dark and Elevation and Rampage. No wonder why all three shows are not getting good. They're being overly booked. They're being terribly produced, written. I feel like I've saying the same words 100,000 times. I'm speaking truth. None of this stuff I'm saying is a lie, is a work. I'm speaking truth here. I'm being serious. I'm not. You don't see me on the webcam laughing like this, ha 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 ha. Because this ain't funny. This is serious. Very, very serious. I take AEW very seriously, man. I've watched AEW ever since the promotion started. Trust me, I know what's going on. JD's not the only one that knows what's going on with AEW. Fightful's not the only one that knows what's going on in WWE. Bryan Alvarez and Dave Meltzer is not the only one that knows what's going on in WWE and AEW. All these wrestling YouTube content creators are not the only ones that knows what's going on in WWE and AEW. Even I, myself, IWN knows what's going on in WWE and AEW. And I'm here to tell you right now that AEW needs to improve, needs to be better than I'm telling you right now. It's going to take more than Ariya to make that women's division better, make that women's division greater. It's going to take more than Thunder Rosa. It's going to take more than the returns of Chris Statlander and Layla Hirsch. It's not this division's fault. It's not the female talent's fault. It's Tony Khan ain't. That's simple. It's simple. Tony Khan knows it. He just needs to take some time to look at himself in the mirror and reflect. Maybe it's me that's terribly producing and writing these shows and that can wasting all much talent I have on TV. Maybe I need to start letting some of this talent go if they don't want to be there. If Andrade doesn't want to be used, if he doesn't want to be here, let him go. Really? I understand why they still haven't let Andrade go. Oh, because Tony Khan says there will be no AEW releases. Give me a break. We're serious with this. Wow, man. I'm moving on, guys. Especially after that. I am indefinitely moving on. Okay. As I was reading, guys, I did say that backstage, Jay Cargill was with the baddies and told Renee Paquette that she would handle Nyla Rose's ass at Full Gear. Cargill said that if Rose showed up to Rampage in Boston, she would take care of her there. In the arena, Tony Schiavone introduced Britt Baker for the face-to-face with Saraya. He then introduced Saraya, which people like to call her Saraya. I guess that's her actual name. I guess that's the proper way to say it, I guess. Both women were in street clothes. But let's be honest, folks. Some people call her Saraya. Some people call her Saraya. I call her Saraya. I call her Saraya sometimes. Sometimes I call her Saraya. Sounds the same to me. Tony and Saraya had something she wanted to tell everyone. And Britt Baker, something. Saraya then said that she had done MIRs, CT scans, and X-rays. And unfortunately for Britt, she was 100% clear. She said AEW was her house and got an ovation. Yes, folks, she got a standing ovation. Baker asked her what that means because she wasn't sure. She wasn't sure she even remembered how to do this. Britt said, let's make things crystal clear. She claimed to have built AEW into a fortress, which she did. Can't make that shit up. She did. That other superstars wanted to be a part of. Britt was resentful of Saraya skipping into AEW and calling it her house. Then, because she hadn't laid a single brick, she claimed to be everything Saraya wished she was, because she left her house and walked into mine. Britt then told her they don't take walk-ins, so she needed to make an appointment. That's when she started putting Saraya down, putting her on blast. Saraya replied that Britt had been handed her position to Tony Khan and was fed QT's trainees and has only been in front of the camera for 3 years. She ran down her hardships coming up in the UK for 17 years. She shut Britt Baker down with that, with those words. This was an exchange of war. This Britt Baker and Saraya, you know, this Britt Baker and Saraya promo segment reminds me of John Cena and Roman Reigns when they exchanged a war of words. That reminds me of. That's what this reminds me of. Roman Reigns and John Cena. Jesus Christ. This Roman Reigns, John Cena segment. You love to see it, man. Now, anyways, as I was reading, guys, to you guys, starting revelations and battling her demons and addictions publicly in front of the world while wrestling wasn't even a twinkle in Britt's eyes. Saraya then told Britt that they would face each other at Full Gear. Britt tried to land a cheap shot, but Saraya ended up picking her up and landing a DDT. Saraya did scream that it was her house away. It was hour 2, and we had the Factory backstage. The Factory was accepting a payment from Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt. Danhausen, best friends, and Orange Cassidy walked up. QT asked Cassidy would face Johnson on Rampage. He agreed. Trent then challenged Jay Lethal to a match on Dynamite. Cole Lethal and company scumbags. In the arena, Trent made his entrance for the next match. It was clipped by a chop block from Jay Lethal on the way to the ring. He then slammed him into the barricade and then the ring steps before tossing him into the ring. Trent Beretta versus Jay Lethal with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh in ringside. The referee started the match with Beretta on the ground. Beretta got dumped to the floor after a dragon screw. Danhausen and Chuck Taylor walked down to ringside to even the odds. Satnam Singh, Sanjay Dutt were at ringside as well. I'm trying to make this quick so I can go ahead and give you guys your AEW Thursday morning news so I can be done and over so I can get the hell out of here because my laptop is on batteries 29. Something told me I should have had this thing charged before I started the review, man. But anyways, or even before I started the stream. Whatever. But as I was saying, Danhausen and Chuck Taylor walked down to the ringside to even the odds. Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt were at ringside as well. I actually literally just said that. Really. Lethal went for a top rope splash, but ate Beretta's knees instead. Trent landed a half and half in the ring and then dragged Lethal up top for an avalanche half and half from the top rope. He set up for a strong 0. Basine and Dutt jumped on the apron. Danhausen attempted to help by punching Dutt in the balls. Basine took care of him quickly afterward. Lethal then landed a lethal injection and got the win. Looks like Satnam Singh's really been helping Jay Lethal getting some wins, man. My goodness. After the match, Dutt brought out Jeff Jarrett on the top of the ring. Jarrett referred to himself as the last outlaw again. He said, when a friend calls, he answers. And they started putting a plan together that started last week. Jarrett put Lethal as a Grand Slam Ring of Honor champion that he signed to his first wrestling contract. He then said Dutt has an 181 IQ and Singh was the only NBA player in history born and breed in India. A stagehand attempt to wrap him up. Jarrett chased him down to ringside, but the segment ended there. Jungle Boy Jack Perry was interviewed by Renee. Jack said he left Luchasaurus in a pile of wood last week, and he had a challenge for him. He said he delivers challenges like a man, and he would say it in the ring this Friday on Rampage. Jon Moxley made his entrance through the crowd. He was joined by William Regal. Moxley asked Regal how old he was when they first met. They agreed on 25 or 26. He said he didn't have crippling, arthritis yet and could move pretty good. And he desperately wanted to earn his respect by picking a fight with him. It went poorly for him, but it actually made him work and train harder than he ever had before. Moxley said he made the best of his second opportunity and knocked him out with a knee to the head. Afterwards, Regal took him under his wing and told him that the real work now begins. He told him that the real work now begins. Moxley recalled beating MJF in 2020. And he actually sent him packing, wondered what would be different this time. He criticized MJF for being a pillar, even though he's never had any weight on his back. Moxley said MJF refers to him as the devil, but he has no idea what that means. He said he's been bad places and seen people do horrible things. Ooh, spooky, like we're supposed to be scared to hear that. And that's just how I feel. And that's not who MJF is. Now, is it? It's not who MJF is, no, is it? I don't think that's who MJF is. Maybe, could be. Regal smirked as MJF. Regal smirked as Moxley was describing, confronting his own demons. Moxley closed by telling MJF to remember when he's walking to the ring at Full Gear that everything he's done so far has been a part. There was a video package that featured the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. It showed them at the founding of AEW and had them disappearing from various places in AEW history. Before I give you guys my thoughts on the Moxley promo and stuff, I just want to give you guys my thoughts on Saraya and the Britt Baker face-off in the ring. Saraya and Baker's promos felt a little too inside now. Off-screen drama. Politics can add some good flavor to hot feuds. Now, I didn't really find it particularly interesting. That's the only reason for the conflict. But, let's stop that right there. The promo content was delivered well. This was one of the best things. This was one of the best things on this week's episode of Dynamite. Easily. Legitimately. I enjoyed this back and forth war of words exchange between Britt Baker and Ariya. This was great. I really, really love this. This was absolutely fantastic. Great job to Ariya and Britt Baker. Lita went for a top rope splash, but ate Beretta's knees instead. Trent landed a half and half in the ring. I don't know why he would do that, but nonetheless, to each of his own. Then dragged Lethal up top for an avalanche half and half from the top rope. He set up for a strong zero, but Cena and Duck jumped on the apron. Danhausen attempt to help by punching Duck in the balls, which is something I didn't want to see. Inappropriate. But Cena took care of him quickly afterward. Lethal then landed a lethal injection and got the win. Now after the match, Duck brought out Jeff Jarrett on the top of the ramp. Jarrett referred to him as the last outlaw again. He said when a friend calls, he answers. And they started a plan together. They started last week. Because when I already went over this earlier, I might have did. Oh well. Jarrett put over Lethal as a Grand Slam Ring of Honor champion. They signed to his first wrestling contract. He then said Dutt has a 181 IQ. Singh was the only NBA player in history born, bred in India. A sage attempt to wrap him up. Jarrett chased him down to ringside. The segment ended there. But anyways, I gave you guys my thoughts on Saraya and Britt Baker. I did say I was going to give you guys my thoughts on Saraya and Britt Baker and then give you my Jon Moxley. So now, anyways, since I rudely forgot that I read the part about Jeff Jarrett and what he said, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Moxley. So, we got some very good stuff from Jon Moxley. It was a very, very great promo from Moxley. It was more like some strong stuff from Moxley, if you ask me. Now, I like to see one more face-to-face promo between the two of them before Full Gear. Not sure we're going to get it. We might not. You never know. Jay Lethal getting wins and Jeff Jarrett talking about a master plan has me losing interest quickly. It has me losing interest faster than a cheetah can blink. Yeah, this is terrible television. I don't like this. Needs to get the hell away from Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Duck quickly. Jay Lethal needs to get the hell away from Duck and Satnam Singh. What the hell's going on here? I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what the heck they're doing with Jay Lethal. But they need to get him away from this group. They really do. Even though he's getting wins. Doesn't matter. Still. Get him out of there. Get him away from Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt. They are in the way of Jay Lethal's success. Legitimately. I feel like that. I don't know why. I just feel like it. Jay Lethal is more of a singles competitor. He is not a tag team competitor. He should not be paired up with anybody in AEW at all. Nobody. Period. Now that's on period. I know I sound like Kara Hogan. I know, man. I don't know why. I'm just being honest, though. Really. A video aired that focused on Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara. This is easily another one of the best things on Dynamite. The second last best thing on Dynamite. Really. to be honest. I didn't see everything else being the best thing outside of Saraya, Britt Baker, and that Daniel Bryan, Sammy Guevara match, to be honest. And the fact that Jamie Hayter got another win in her resume, that's pretty much it. Danielson focused on the disrespect he's received recently from Garcia, Yuta, and Guevara. Sammy said he's got Danielson's number. And you know, speaking of Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara, I want you guys to take note of what one of my subscribers said in the chat. It was fucking hilarious. It was so hilarious it had me laughing. Guess what my subscriber said? And some of these people are smart, man. My YouTube subscriber, Derek Miles, in the chat from my AEW Dynamite Watch Along, said in the chat, Sammy, the new Daniel Garcia, and he laughed it out and said, Garcia getting buried. Oh, man, you love to see comments like chat, right? Love to see it. It wasn't negative at all. Yet, some of these geeks are going to be looking at my chat and be like, why is this guy burying? Why is this guy shitting all over? No. Derek Miles was not shitting all over Garcia. He was just throwing the truth out there. All he said was Garcia getting buried. If you got a problem with that, you can speak to me about it. Because I don't have a problem with what Derek Miles said in the live chat at all. If you don't like what I have to say about Derek Miles' comment in the live chat, you can kindly remove yourselves and get the fuck out of my chat. Simple. I loved what Derek Miles said in the live chat. It made me laugh in some way. Some way, shape, or form, it made me laugh, dude. Legitimately. Derek Miles legitimately said something in the live chat that made me laugh so hard in the inside that I about wanted to make myself fall out of a fucking chair. Legitimately, dude. It was hilarious. No question about it. What he said was very, 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 very funny. Derek Miles, man, you're a fucking comedian, man. I tell you. You are one comedian, bro. That was the funniest thing I've seen in the live chat, man. I wish everybody else was in the live chat laughing at his comment. It was funny. It's funny. And to the geeks that think negative, no, I'm not picking on his comment. His comment was hilarious. Really. But anyways, as I was reading here, Danielson focused on disrespect he's received from Garcia, Yuta, and Guevara. Sammy said he's got Danielson's number. Jamie Hayter made her ring entrance. She was accompanied by Rebuild and Britt Baker. Yes, folks, Britt Baker. Britt Baker is seemingly doing great for herself. At least I think she is, anyway. But, yes, she's doing great for herself right now. But she was accompanied by Rebuild and Britt Baker. Britt trailed behind. And you know, Britt Baker, when it's being used, wasted, and treated like complete dog shit on television because of AEW and Tony Khan. Yeah, that Britt Baker. And we have yet to see her husband, Adam Cole, back. So what do you think that? What do you think that means? So enough to tell you right there that either A, the locker room don't fuck about Adam Cole, or B, simply Tony Khan and AEW doesn't give a fuck about Adam Cole. Or maybe they just don't have no plans for Adam Cole. They're doing just like what Vince and Bruce did. Vince and Bruce did with Keith Lee, T-Bar, and Mace and all them in WWE. So that feels like a Vince and Bruce thing all over again for Adam Cole. Gosh, man, I feel so bad for him, man. I really do. I hope to God Adam Cole either gets the hell out of AEW or finds another wrestling promotion or goes back to WWE. I wouldn't be surprised if Adam Cole requests for his release, saying that he wants to go back to WWE. Because WWE is what made him great. AEW is not making Adam Cole great right now. I mean, he's out with an injury, dude. He should have been back already. If anything, he's ready. He's medically cleared. We don't know it. Some of us don't even know Adam Cole's medically cleared, but I know he is. I know he's somewhere at home. He's sitting at home waiting for his return. Lurking in his room, waiting for his return, man. Waiting for that call from Tony Khan. You know what Tony Khan's going to call Adam Cole say? Adam Cole, we're ready. We want to bring you back, man. We want to know if you're ready. Adam Cole's going to be like, hell yeah, I've been ready. I've been waiting for fucking months. Then we're going to see Adam Cole pop up on TV, making his return, shitting all over the fans again as a heel. He usually does. Adam Cole's great with his babyface and heel work. I don't know how you can't have anybody like Adam Cole on TV. Blatantly uncalled for, not bringing Adam Cole back. Really, man, for real. He should have already been brought back, I'm telling you. Telling you guys what I know. Anyways. Skye Blue made her entrance after Jamie Hayter made her entrance with Rebuild and Britt Baker, which I didn't get to see. God damn it. Complete BS. I wanted to see Jamie Hayter. She got some backup from Toni Storm. You got Skye Blue with Toni Storm at ringside, going one-on-one with Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter. Yeah, we got me some Jamie Hayters out there, man. We got all these Jamie. We got all these Southern guys out here in the arena saying Jamie Hayter. She got some good old bones back there. Get your minds out of the fucking gutter. You freaking idiots. Get your minds out of the gutter. Stop looking below and look at the top. Stop looking below and start looking top. Start looking at the top and stop looking below. Actually focus on watching the match instead of looking below. Because I know what you're thinking. Yeah, you guys out there, yeah, I know what you guys are thinking, man. Yeah, cut the bull crap. That ain't what this is about right now. Yeah, you could save all that for when you're on Instagram checking out Skye Blue's, you know what, and Jamie Hayter's, you know what. Yeah. Yeah, not the good time for that. No. Now, when they are in AEW, they're in it because they are passionate. They're in it because they care. And they want to be successful in AEW. They're not in it to show you guys their fucking you-know-whats. Come on, man. Are you serious? You really think they're going to AEW just to show you guys their body parts? Come on. Come on, man. You guys are not thinking any positive right now. In fact, you guys are thinking, some of you guys on Instagram and Facebook, when you see photos of Jamie Hayter and Skye Blue, you guys are absolutely immediately thinking negative. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. People are literally posting photos of Skye Blue and Jamie Hayter from the back. They're posting photos of their back, man, as if that is the only reason why they're interested in seeing them wrestle in the ring. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Something wrong with you guys out here in the community, man. Really. Really, man. Something wrong with these psychopaths out here, dude. These pedophiles. It's these pedophiles just posting photos of Skye Blue and Jamie Hayter's back. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Being a bunch of pussies, man. Never thought I'd say that fucking word. They even post photos of Britt Baker's cake. They even post photos of Saraya's cake. If you know what I'm talking about. Guys out here showing photos of women's booty meats and shit. You gotta be kidding me. Even on days when AEW Dynamite is about to come on, they're showing photos of Hayter and Skye Blue's booty meats. Really? I don't know, man. I don't get it. I just don't like when people do negative things, man. Really, I just don't like seeing that. I just like to stay away from it. If I'm supporting some of my favorite female talents, I'm supporting them for good reasons and not for bad reasons. All right. Example, Manny Rakowski. She's one of my favorites for good reasons, not for bad reasons. I don't know, man. People just... I just don't like hanging around negative people, dude. It completely turns me into somebody I don't want to be. Really. I try to stay with positive people. But I'm just I'm a real serious guy, man. I don't fucking smile or freaking laugh, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just the type of person that's really serious about everything. Whether it's positive or negative, man. You know? If it's something negative, I'm gonna be really, really serious. And at times be pissed off. You know? But I see all these fucking mercs in the community posting photos of Skye Blue and Jamie Hayter's booties and shit. It's just like, grow up, man. Stop acting like 14, 15-year-old children, man. Seriously. Cut the shit. You're only going to make yourselves look more relevant on social media, dude. Like, please just stop. Please just stop these cringy photos of AW females' booty meats on fucking social media, man. One of these days, you're going to make one of these AW female talents delete their Instagram and Twitter accounts. Really. Because you're out here posting photos of their fucking asses and fucking titties and all this shit. You know? Ridiculous. Really. I wanted to get that out there because I know we're still doing it. Why don't you do it on your time? Don't do it on everybody else's time. How about that? I can understand why they do it, but don't need to be doing it on days when female wrestlers are scheduled to wrestle and all that shit. They're not going to want to see that. They're going to want to see overwhelming support comments. They're going to want to see positive comments. They're going to want to see generous and kind comments. They're not going to want to see comments like, ooh, I'm in it for the fucking, I'm in it for Jamie Hayter or Skye Blue's booty. Ooh, me a fucking break. Really? My goodness. Yeah, you can do that whenever they're not scheduled to be in any matches. You can do that whenever they're on social media, whenever they don't have any matches booked for the week. I mean, don't do that on days when they have to wrestle, and they don't when they have to on days when they're thinking about wrestling, they don't want to see negative comments like that. I'm telling you now. All these female AW talents don't want to see comments like that, disrespectful comments like that. Trust me, I know. Because even Manny Rakowski even replied to my comment and said, "Live up to your Instagram handle." You see what I'm saying? So, you got to be respectful to women on Instagram, especially the female WWE and AEW talents. Just don't rub off the wrong impression. Just don't. Anyways. So, this is what happened, guys, between Skye Blue and Jamie Hayter. Skye Blue got fired up early with some strikes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some booty too, but come on, not in a negative way though. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, it ain't just the booty, it's the woman's personality. It's how strong, how nice she is. It's how good and sexy her voice is, you know. You know, you could say stuff like how good she puts on her makeup and how good she does her hair and shit, how pretty her face is or how beautiful her face is, you know. That's the type of stuff I say about a woman, man, when it comes to looks. I don't want guys saying negatives when women are scheduled to wrestle, you know. They don't want to see negative comments like that when they're thinking about wrestling on social media. And I think people will understand when they watch this, when they watch my Dynamite review, I think they'll understand and relate to what I'm saying. All right. But anyways, Blue followed and sent Hayter into the ring post and then back into the ring. So then Blue continued to assault. She continued the assault, but was actually distracted by Baker. That allowed Hayter to land her Uranagi into a backbreaker. That was really great. Followed by an exploder suplex, which was really great too. I really loved this match between Skye Blue and Hayter. It was really good for what it was. I didn't think it was that bad. As long as Hayter got a win, that's all that really mattered to me. Hayter getting the win. Because I'm a huge fan of Hayter. I love what she's doing. I love the work she's putting into her gimmick and her in-ring skills and her theme songs and all that shit. I love the work she's been putting in the ring. She's doing great. I really feel like she deserves to be AEW World Women's Champion at this point. She should have already been AEW World Women's Champion. Never mind the fact that she should be. I mean, Britt Baker caused her the pin to either Rashida and Toni Storm in that fatal four-way match at AEW All Out. I thought, in my opinion, we originally should have got Thunder Rosa defending her AEW World Women's Championship against Jamie Hayter. But no, we got an AEW Interim Women's Championship match, right? Give me a fucking break. Toni Storm feels weird. Even Toni Storm herself said she felt weird carrying that AEW Interim World Women's on her shoulder, man. It felt relevant to her. Rightfully so. I mean, do you blame Toni Storm for saying what she said? Really? I don't blame her. I know I would have felt like that too. Like, really, dude? I really loved the performance of Toni Storm and Harashida in their match against that terrible Emi Sakura and me. So, that was a really good 1-2 tag team match on AEW Dark. That was one of the other best matches on Dark that I enjoyed watching. Seems like the women's matches stole the show more than the men's matches on Dark, which is a good thing. The women, the AEW and WWE female talents are continuing to make history, which is awesome. And it'll inspire other women to be just like them. It's great. You'd love to see it. It's awesome. The men seem to be doing the same thing. At least I think they are. Hayter controlled the break. Blue landed kicks to Rebel and Britt on the floor, which I love that. I love that. She delivered some huge good kicks. Then landed a flying crossbody from the top for a near fall. Hayter attempted a suplex, but Blue avoided it and landed some weak kicks. I don't know if I would call them weak kicks or not, but she then landed a cold red and got another near fall. That is something DeMonte uses. I'm sure DeMonte would be very unhappy about that. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a news article popping up on DeMonte calling out Skye Blue for using her fucking finisher in her match against Hayter. Watch. You know it's gonna happen. You know that news is gonna come out. You know it's gonna happen. Hayter landed a series of forearms, but Blue back with a super kick. Hayter replied with a kick of her own and landed a ripcord lariat a moment later for the win. After the match, Hayter attacked Blue again. Storm had to clear her from the ring. Video package then aired for the Brian Cage and Dante Martin match. I love how Toni Storm came and tried to save Skye Blue from getting relatively beat up, bullied, and injured at the hands of Jamie Hayter, Reveal, and Britt Baker. So, Brian Cage versus Dante on Friday's Rampage, the AEW match. Backstage, Lance Archer destroyed Ricky Starks. We're getting Lance Archer versus Ricky Starks in the AEW title Eliminator tournament match as well. So there's going to be 3 tournament matches on Rampage. I just gave you 2. The third one is going to be Bandito versus Rush. Bandito looks like the babyface version of Rush, believe it or not. And they're probably going to be wearing the same colored attire. Rush is probably going to ask Bandito him. Maybe. It's a possibility. So Archer said the tournament was his. We got some pretty basic stuff from Hayter and Toni Storm. These ladies need characterization and promo time in the worst way. I mean, they really do. I mean, no shit. But this was a damn good match between Skye Blue and Jade Cargill. I mean, I enjoyed it. Just because I'm a Jamie Hayter and Skye Blue fan. Yeah, they got good-looking booties. Yeah, they're good professional wrestlers. Yeah, they are one of the best powerful wrestlers that the AEW women's division has right now. Yes, they are great at what they do in the ring. Yes, their theme songs are great. Yes, their character gimmicks are somewhat cool and fantastic. But I'm a fan of them for reasons, not for negative reasons. Unlike these ungeeks in the community, these AEW negative stains. Always think it's about booty. Always think it's about this. Always think it's about that. Come on, man. You guys know me better than that. Come on. That's all those WWE female stains in the community, man. But I love the work that Jamie Hayter's putting in her gimmick, in her in-ring skills, man. She's doing great. I really think she should have already been AEW World Women's Champion with good reason. She had Toni Storm or Harashida pinned almost to the 3 count. And B, she's getting another AEW title opportunity just because Britt Baker broke up the pin, which is right, which I think is the right decision, to be honest. Jamie Hayter did deserve another title shot. She got built up all the way to that AEW All Out Women's Championship match. But I feel like they're not building up this Hayter-Toni Storm feud, though, for some reason. There needs to be build in this feud, and so far, there hasn't been any build. But I love the feud. There needs to be build, though. There needs to be promo time. They need to have Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm in the ring, exchanging words between one another before Full Gear. We need to see a Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm face-off. That's what needs to happen. They need to do the same thing they did with Ariya and Britt Baker. Because that was some great shit from Ariya and Britt Baker. That was some great stuff coming from both ladies. Both ladies did a fantastic job. Sammy Guevara made his entrance with Tay Mello. Bryan Danielson followed. William Regal joined on commentary. Yes, William Regal joined on commentary, guys. We got Bryan Danielson versus Sammy Guevara. case you guys didn't know, this was a damn hell of a good match between Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara. Both Bryan and Danielson, JD said it best on his Dynamite review. Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara are great. In my eyes, they are two of the greatest in-ring performers that AEW has. Those are just two. They have a lot more in-ring performers in that company. But it's not just Daniel Bryan and Sammy Guevara. You got Sting, you got Darby Allin, you got all these in-ring performers. You got Jungle Boy, Ray Phoenix, Penta, Andrade, Rush, and all these young talents, man. In-ring performers, dude. Lee Johnson, an in-ring performer. Ryan Nemeth. Got some good people down there, man. Great talents down there. At first, I didn't like Ryan Nemeth's theme music, but I'm actually getting into it. I don't know, something about that theme music just clicked. Same with Seth Rollins. At first, I didn't like Seth Rollins' theme music, but now I got into it, and I started liking it a lot more. But Sammy Guevara attempted a flying knee to start the match. Bryan avoided it, delivered some nasty chops and elbow strikes. Guevara took down Danielson with a drop kick. He attempted to line up a dive, but Danielson shut him down with an elbow strike. Bryan landed a top rope shotgun drop kick that sent Guevara to the top floor. Or to the floor, should I say. Danielson tried to follow up a dive of his own. Tay Mello stood in the way. Bryan attempted to follow it. Sammy threw a chair at his head, which caused a DQ. Sammy threw Bryan into the timekeeper's table, followed up with shots to the face and eye with the microphone that was positioned on the table. Danielson's eye was bleeding from a cut above his eye. Ugh, oh. Oh. Disgusting, man. What else you guys want me to say, man? Seriously. I sound like a ghost. The announce team spoke about his prior retina issues. Guevara landed a GTH and got the second fall. The referee checked on Danielson, who refused to quit. Excalibur broke in to announce Sting and Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal at Full Gear. That was the breaking news. Really? Really? What kind of breaking news is that? Wow, man. What an awful thing to say. A match that nobody asked for. Danielson and Guevara battled on the top rope. Bryan missed a flying headbutt, and then Guevara applied a crossface in the corner, or should I say the center of the ring. Would have been nice, though, applying a crossface in the corner and having Daniel Bryan grab the ropes, which he did. Danielson fought to his feet, fell back down, crawled to the ropes. Both men traded hard chops, headbutts. Guevara hit the ropes, but Danielson caught him with a flying knee strike as he attempted a springboard. Tay Mello put her hands on Bryce Remsburg to break a cover and was ejected from ringside. Bryan traded he traded heavy shots with Guevara. I was trying to remember. Then he suplexed him into the tree of woe in the corner He then landed heavy kicks and a basement drop kick. Bryan placed Sammy on the top rope, and they brawled at the top like crazy, dude. It was the fans were going wild in the arena for this one, man. I'm telling you right now, the Boston crowd did great. Even if it's coming from if it's coming from me, you damn know well that if it's coming from me, it's truth. I'm not lying to you. If it's coming from me, you know the show was great. But he then landed heavy kicks, basement drop kick. Bryan placed Sammy on the top rope. They brawled at the top. Guevara escaped, landed a knee strike that sent Bryan crashing to the floor. Guevara attempted a shooting star out the floor, but he didn't get much of it. Back in the ring, he attempted a double spring cutter, but Bryan caught him in a Juji Gatami. He then transitioned to a label lock, but Guevara reached the ropes. Guevara stepped up for a GTH, but Danielson escaped. He went for a Busaku, I don't know, whatever it's called. Busaku knee, but Guevara caught the knee and pulled him into a Boston Crab. And then a Lion Tamer. Danielson reached the ropes for a break. Guevara went for a GTH again, but Bryan avoided it and landed a Busaku knee. Bryan set up for more punishment, but Garcia. No, I'm just joking. Guevara reversed into a creative DDT. Guevara went up top for a senton, but Bryan got the knees up and applied the label lock. After a struggle, Bryan captured the second arm and got the tap out victory. Danielson pointed to his swollen eye and celebrated to close the show. This was a very absolutely fantastic match to show. As you expect from these two, man, it suffered a bit because the finish never really seemed in doubt. And there wasn't a whole lot at stake. But honestly, folks, I'm curious if the match was able to maintain the audience based on the quality of the ring work alone. Now, overall, this show was a show that I'm going to say basically had more good than bad. There's still something deeply unappealing about the way Tony Khan throws together the vast majority of his pay-per-view cards, seemingly at the last minute. That is all I'm going to say to that. And that's going to do it for your AEW Dynamite November the 9th, 10th, 2022 review. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. Please, I encourage you guys to hit the thumbs up. A lot of y'all been slacking on hitting the like buttons as of late. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that. But please, start hitting the like buttons on the stream. Your like buttons, your support helps out the channel in a lot of ways possible. Thank you guys for joining me in the live chat for the AEW Dynamite review. My batteries are quickly going down, so I'm going to have to hurry up here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially time for your WWE and AEW Thursday morning news. All right. I don't know what happened to the webcam. It showed me and then it came off. That was weird. First things first, I'm gonna go over all of your WWE and AEW Thursday morning news real fast before the batteries go down, because the batteries are going south quickly. So we're gonna start with the news on Jason Jordan, guys. So apparently Jason Jordan, whether you want to believe it or not, Jason Jordan was very busy backstage during Raw this week. Jason Jordan was promoted to the role of lead producer last year. This came after Johnny Laurinaitis was moved to overseeing talent relations. Seth Rollins is one of the most popular and consistent performers on the WWE roster. Today, the Visionary has gained a reputation as an incredible storyteller. Inside the squared circle, it looks like Jordan produced all of Seth Rollins' segments. Fightful recently reported via their paywall that all of Seth Rollins' segments were produced by Jason Jordan. It includes the in-ring action with Judgment Day, his open challenge, the physicality with Bobby Lashley, the contest with Austin Theory. It says here, and I quote, Jason Jordan produced all of Seth Rollins' segments from the ring with Judgment Day, his open challenge, the physicality with Bobby Lashley, and the match with Austin Theory. End quote. That was from Fightful. Jason Jordan's WWE career might be one of the saddest tales in wrestling. Indeed. I agree with that one. The business was pushing him as a potential star, but a neck injury ended it all in the midst of his WrestleMania storyline with his father, Kurt Angle. Jason Jordan is now a producer for the company. He pulled triple duty during SmackDown last month. Elsewhere, Jamie Noble produced Bloodline versus New Day and Matt Riddle. Adam Pearce produced Cedric Alexander's match against Baron Corbin. See? Tony Khan needs to have producers. See what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Tony Khan needs to hire a general manager. He needs to hire producers and writers, and he certainly needs to hire an executive director for all these AEW brands that Tony Khan has right now. Tony Khan is not doing a good job right now. He needs to do better. He really does. Seriously, he needs help. That's the problem. He needs help. Help! He needs help producing and writing these AEW Dark Elevation and Rampage shows, man. Dynamite is fine. All these other shows, he needs help producing and writing. And booking. Remember when I said these female talents have been booked and used like complete dog shit on TV? It's because Tony Khan ain't AEW, man. And they're creative booking and writing and producing, dude. Tony Khan is producing, writing the show by himself. He needs help. So think about it, guys. Think about what I said. Think about what I said, man. If you guys have any questions about the Jason Jordan story, please let me know. Moving on to the next, guys. This one is on Shane Helms, guys. So check this out. Apparently, Shane Helms, remember, he was known as Hurricane in WWE. Shane Helms made his return to WWE as a producer a couple of years ago. It has certainly done a lot of work since then. In fact, he even helped train a lot of stars as of late and took time off, as previously reported. As previously reported, Shane Helms was helping Logan Paul train for his WWE Undisputed Universal title match against Roman Reigns for the Crown Jewel Premium Live event. Not only Roman Reigns put on a hell of a show, but Logan Paul put on a hell of a show too for that pay-per-view. According to Fighters Paywall, Shane Helms took time off for a week as he was busy training the Maverick for his aforementioned fight. Man, for a celebrity, Logan Paul did one hell of a good job in his match against Roman Reigns. I'll tell you that. I'll give him that. But he was no Roman Reigns, and he got squashed by Roman Reigns and smacked by Roman Reigns. And defeated by Roman Reigns at that. It says here, and I quote, this is what Fighters Paywall said. It says here, and I quote, Shane Helms had the week off. We're told he'd been away from home heavily recently, helping Logan Paul prepare, says Fightful. End quote. Logan Paul was unable to defeat Roman Reigns at the Premium Live event. Of course! He's not actually a wrestler. He's a celebrity. I said it. For the sake of time saying this. Legitimately. Shane Helms is back to doing what he loves most in the company. And that's what matters. What is y'all's take on Logan Paul's time in WWE? Let me know in the live chat, man. All right, moving on to the next news, guys. To the next WWE Thursday morning news here. This one's on Austin Theory. Austin Theory breaks his silence after failed Money in the Bank cash-in. Austin Theory was called up to the main roster as Vince McMahon's protege. While he had a great start on the main roster. Says Ringside News, he had a great start on the main roster. Oh man, you guys are some comedians, man. You guys are funny. Really. You really think Austin Theory had a great start on the main roster? I think he had a terrible start on the main roster, if you ask me. I mean, he was on a losing streak as soon as he got called up to the main roster. He should have been on the winning streak ever since his main roster debut. Since then, he should have been getting wins instead of getting L's. No, he started getting L's at the start of his career. Why would you have a young talent called up from NXT to the main roster and start having them get L's? What on earth kind of sense does that make? Now after his 50th losing streak, now all of a sudden he's starting to get wins. What the fuck are they doing with this guy? Like, really? What are they doing with Austin Theory, man? And it was already bad enough to see him with a useless fucking Money in the Bank contract. I mean, give me a break, dude. The guy should have been getting wins every week. Every single week, every single month, the guy should be getting wins. Now all of a sudden, they decide at the last minute, oh, you know what? Let's let Austin Theory beat up Ali and defeat Ali so Ali can get buried and wasted on TV. We all knew that was going to happen. Sure enough, it did. Austin Theory got his first win over Mustafa Ali on the main roster. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. I'm gonna say it again. He should have been on the winning streak ever since his main roster debut. That's all I'm gonna say to that. I ain't got nothing else to say. Nothing else further. Moving on, man. I'm moving on. Because I want my batteries to be dead and then I have to fucking charge my laptop because it's already down to 16%. So it all changed. His terrible main roster changed. His terrible main roster run changed after Vince McMahon retired, which led to Theory's stop eliminating every week. He even failed to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. But he's positive despite that. Oh, I wonder whose fault that was. Vince and Bruce's, of course. Yeah, go figure. Like I didn't know that. I ain't stupid. Nobody's stupid here. Really. When Vince was in charge, Austin Theory. Ringside News claims that Austin Theory received a huge push. Really, he didn't receive a huge push. Really, he was wasted and buried on TV. That's what they didn't tell you. It was consistently given focus. Yeah, right. Talking about, so that all changed after Triple H took over as part of WWE Creative. Give me a break. Austin Theory is a Triple H guy. He's not a Vince guy. Ringside News thinks that Austin Theory was wasted on TV at the hands of Triple H. No, Ringside News. This is what you need to get right. First of all, Austin Theory was wasted on TV at the hands of Vince and Bruce, not Triple H. If that's what you're saying. The way you're saying it, it sounds to me like you're blaming Triple H for the reason why Austin Theory was used and wasted on TV. That's what it sounds like, the way they're saying that shit. You see? It's the way they're saying that shit, dude, legitimately. I don't like the way they're saying this. I disagree with this shit, dude. Ringside News are my only source. They're great, but this, come on, bro. You gotta be shitting me. This was more apparent after Theory failed to cash in his money briefcase. He took to Twitter and uploaded a video. His time on the main roster, making it clear that he didn't let his failure get to. Oh man, I gotta get off of this shit, man. I can't take it, dude. He says here, and I quote, "I'll never stop, and that's all day." As Ringside News exclusively reported, give me a fucking break. Get this fucking article off your website, man. This shouldn't even be an article. Really? Yeah, but get this, Cam, man. Ringside News said the dumbest thing that I've ever fucking seen. They said, legitimately said, hold on. As soon as I pull it up, they legitimately said that when Vince was in charge, Austin Theory received a huge push. No, he didn't. Austin Theory was wasted and buried on television when Vince was in charge. When Triple H was in charge, Austin Theory is actually getting his push. But what I don't get is, how the fuck, after all those 50 losing streak, how is WWE gonna make the last minute move and have Austin Theory win when he should have been winning ever since his main roster debut? See what I'm saying? Something's not right with that. He should have been cashed in that briefcase a long time ago. Why would you have him hold the briefcase after all that time? That's enough to tell you right there. WWE was being creatively lazy with Austin Theory, man. That's what that tells you right there. Vince and Bruce were being creatively lazy with Austin Theory, not Triple H. And don't put that shit on Triple H. It's not Triple H's fault. Don't put that shit on him. I ain't trying to hear that shit from the negative geeks in the community, man. I'm not trying to hear that. Come on. Give me a break. It's not even Triple H's fault. Yet these geeks still think that Shawn Michaels is in charge of NXT. Oh, man. They still think that Shawn Michaels is in charge of NXT, man. Give me a break. God. Now, this is one article that I disagree with Ringside News on. Now, the rest of the articles that Ringside News did, they're great. Ringside News are great. Don't get me wrong. Their exclusive news are great. Their news are great. But this article about Austin Theory, No. This article about Austin Theory, this news article about Austin Theory breaking his silence after failed Money in the Bank cash-in, and them, they're just going to throw out there and say that when Vince was in charge, he got a huge push. No. That's absolutely wrong. Incorrect. They got that shit wrong. They got that shit absolutely wrong, dude. I'm moving on. I'm moving on from this shit. I don't believe this. I'm more shocked than anybody here. Like, for real. I'm moving on to the next news, guys. So there's some news on Nathan Frazier. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier spent time honing his craft on the now defunct NXT UK brand for WWE. On NXT, Frazier and Exam, A-Kid, Exam. A-Kid, the one that won the UK Heritage Cup. Yeah, that was him. Both had a difficult week. It looks like Frazier needs to be put on the shelf for a few weeks. Oh, I know what they mean by that. What, put in Titus Catering? Oh, God. Please, no. Once he's going to be put on the shelf, they won't bring him back. Well, now that Triple H is in charge, he'll be back. So, leave the Triple H. Nathan Frazier has not participated in any matches since the intense 5-way ladder match for the WWE NXT North American Championship at NXT Halloween Havoc 2022. Oh, Cam Man, to answer your question, my thoughts on JD, he's great. I got nothing negative to say about the guy. JD is always spot on right on his. He's the greatest podcaster in the IWC. The greatest podcaster in the entire IWC, man. He is always right about everything. Just like I'm always right about everything on what I say. Or something, but still. I got nothing negative to say about JD at all. Nothing. Absolutely nothing negative. In fact, JD's my only favorite podcaster in the wrestling YouTube community and the entire IWC community on Twitter, man. He is great at what he does. So, nothing negative to say about him at all. Nothing. Nothing negative. Nothing but positivity. Nothing but positive things about him. I hope that answers your question. Now, during a backstage interview, listen to this, guys. During a backstage interview that aired on NXT on November the 8th, Frazier was shown telling Exam that it would be a few weeks before he was cleared to fight once more, should I say. Exam, on the other hand, faced off against JD McDonough in a match that was extremely close until, the fake JD. The real JD is JD from NY. But, I think Jordan Devlin stole JD's name. I think he stole his first name on purpose. Maybe that was a way of NXT taking a shot at him for shitting all over their product. I mean, the current NXT does suck. I mean, you can't make that stuff up. Seriously. But anyways, JD's knowledge of human enormity took over. According to Booker T, someone that shouldn't even be on NXT commentary. Booker T, the guy with the worst takes and opinions on his podcast. He always has the worst takes and opinions on his podcast, dude. Jesus Christ. Booker T's takes and opinions are absolutely god-awful. I'm not even gonna lie. He's worse than Bully Ray, dude. Like, seriously. I'm not even joking, guys. Not even joking. According to Booker T, JD bent Exam's leg until something finally snapped. He went on a win. He went on to win the match by referee stoppage. Then, check this out. Ringside medical staff examined Exam, who was having trouble standing. So we were keeping an eye. Well, should I say I will keep an eye on the men's injuries. So any reports I get from Ringside News, I'll let you guys know. Of course, I always do my AEW news live streams to keep you guys up to date what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. I say that every week, so everybody will know. Yes, Booker T is a joke. The Kong. Yes, he is. He's a fucking complete idiot and a complete clown. Even JD said that on some of his podcasts last month about Booker T. The worst take I've heard Booker T, the worst takes I've ever heard coming from Booker T is on Sasha Banks and Naomi. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my goodness. That had a lot of Sasha Banks stains and fans in the community angry over Booker T's takes and opinions on Sasha Banks and Naomi's exit from WWE. I think it's safe to say that Sasha Banks and Naomi made the right decision. I don't blame them. Went to Johnny Laurinaitis' office and dropped their WWE Women's Tag Team titles on his desk and say, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this creative bullshit that you guys got going on. And left. Her and Naomi left and walked out, man. What's y'all's take on this story? On this story on Nathan Frazier needing a few weeks before he's cleared for in-ring return. Let me know. All right. The next the next WWE Thursday morning news we have is on the Hurt Business. We already went over the news on Nathan Frazier, Austin Theory, Shane Helms, and Jason Jordan. Now I have your WWE Thursday morning news on the Hurt Business. And then we're going to go over that news on Pat McAfee and his wife Samantha expecting their first child. That explains why Pat McAfee hasn't really been on commentary for SmackDown, Raw, or NXT. I don't even think he'll be on commentary for a while because of him and his wife expecting their first child. That's just me. I'm guessing, man. I don't know. But yes, guys, there is some news on the Hurt Business. I'm gonna go over that as soon as I pull it up. As soon as I pull it up here, if I can find it. Hold on a second. Come on, where are you at? Oh, you know what? It's on the other page. It's on the other page. Should be on the other page. If not, I will be shocked. I might have to reload this darn page again because I don't see it. I have yet to see it on here for some reason. That is weird. That is freaking weird, dude. You see how weird things happen? Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. So apparently the Hurt Business teasers continue popping up. Why? You guys are about to find out. The Hurt Business made a lot of strides during their run in the company and elevated Bobby Lashley, MVP, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin. However, that is the case for many factions in WWE. Yes, it is. The faction broke up last year on Monday Night Raw. It now seems the teasers for the faction are still coming. Now, even Roman Reigns felt that the faction was broken up too early. Even he said that. They eventually came back together last year for a brief period of time before spreading once again. Bobby Lashley recently promised a Hurt Business reunion. Shelton Benjamin took to his Instagram and continued to tease a Hurt Business reunion. It says here, and I quote, "That's a nice look. Might have to run it back. Hashtag the Hurt Business. Hashtag Raw Tag Team Champion. Hashtag 3-time. Hashtag the Gold Standard. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag WWE Raw." End quote. We'll have to wait and see whether the Hurt Business will ever make their return to WWE television. Fans would certainly love to see them back together as well. So, my question to you guys is, what do you want to see the Hurt Business return? Or when? When do you want to see them return? Let me know in the live chats. Please, I would really appreciate it. Now, moving on to the news. Pat McAfee's wife, Samantha. So, apparently, him and his wife are expecting their first child. Congratulations to Pat McAfee and his wife. And I wish Pat McAfee the best luck in his life. On his, because I'm pretty sure he's going to go on a honeymoon with his wife. Pretty sure he is. Now, WWE fans might miss seeing Pat McAfee on television, but he is very visible. Now, the former NFL punter has some big news to share. Pat McAfee and Samantha McAfee were married in August 2020. The couple announced today that they announced this week, actually, because this article was from November the 9th. They announced this week, yesterday, that they are expecting their first child in May 2023. Sounds great. Again, congratulations to Pat McAfee and Samantha. Samantha made the announcement through an emotional message on Twitter. For those of you who haven't followed along with our parenthood journey, this is what they said. This is what she said. We have lost 2 pregnancies. I almost lost my life both times with internal bleeding, resulting in losing both of my fallopian tubes, which has caused us to not be able to conceive naturally. She wrote, she went on to expand on this big announcement. Wow, man. Sounds crazy. Sounds sad to me, too. It says here, and I quote, "In July, we started our IVF journey. It's hard to put into words what all comes with IVF. It is physically demanding, emotionally challenging for both of us. Pumping my body with so many hormones, the anxiety, the hope, truly being a human science project. Also, despite my many tattoos, I absolutely hate needles, so getting shots every day, sometimes 3 in 1, was not easy on me or for Patrick to cause pain to me." She goes on to say, "I would like to believe IVF has made our relationship stronger." And then his wife goes on and continues to say that, "Dear women and couples trying and battling, I hope this isn't a trigger, but rather serves as hope. Hope that you too can overcome the battle of infertility. You will be parents. And remember that after a storm, a rainbow can occur." End quote. McAfee is currently taking a break from WWE SmackDown to focus on college football, having joined ESPN's College Game Day in September. WWE advised him to take the time off due to the extensive travel he would have to do for both his duties as ESPN and WWE. Meanwhile, Wade Barron is filling in as the SmackDown color commentator. McAfee is expected to return to SmackDown in January. Congrats to both of them on the great news. And, of course, Ringside News will keep me up to date with this story as well. Now, next WWE Thursday morning news we have is on Now it's on Asuka and Io Sky. Man, what a hell of a fucking segment that Asuka and Io Sky had on Monday Night Raw this week. Even though Monday Night Raw this week was a weak show, even though it was weak, I will say the best thing on the show was Asuka and Io Sky. In that segment with them cutting their promos, exchanging words between one another, man, that was great. You love to see it, like, for real. So this is in the news. This has been popping up. There it is. All right. So Asuka and Io Sky's promo battle on Raw translated to English. This was one of the best things. This was one of the only things on Monday Night Raw, to be honest. Put it that way. Dakota Kai and Io Sky put their women's tag team championships on the line against Alexa Bliss and Asuka in the main event of Raw on October 31st. Bliss won the match for her team by getting the decisive pin on Io Sky. On the latest episode of Monday Night Raw, Sky and Asuka exchange a few words in Japanese. So, Ringside News claims that they now have the entire interaction translated to English. Well, you guys are about to find out. I'm about to find out too. The Women's War Games match for the WWE Survivor Series 2022 was set up in a segment that aired on the November 7, 2022 episode of Monday Night Raw. One of the highlights of the segment came when Io Sky and Asuka had it out in a language that most viewers didn't understand. Now that we have a transition, I'm trying to say translation of a conversation between Asuka and Io Sky, courtesy of Twitter user. I don't know who the fuck this Twitter user is. It's a Japanese name, that's all I'm gonna say. Oh my god, I don't even understand this name at all. Even if you guys would have read this news article, you wouldn't understand his name either. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh man. The segment is even better though, with Asuka and Io in it. It was great, man. That's how great that segment was on Monday Night Raw. One of the only best segments on that show, dude. Legitimately nothing else stood out. So it says here, and I quote, Asuka, is that so, huh? You all can't beat us by your true ability, you morons. That's what Io Sky said. She responded to Asuka's comment and said, you know, you always say what you want about you admit that you lost. Then Asuka goes on to say, oh, Japanese is it? You can speak Japanese? Come on, man. Asuka's being stupid, man. She knows Io Sky can speak Japanese. She was Io Sky's sister's tag team partner. Remember, Asuka and Io Sky's sister were a tag team in Japan. Yeah, Michael Cole said something. Either Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, or... Well, Michael Cole's not a commentator for Raw, so I imagine it was either Byron Saxton or Kevin Patrick that said something about that on commentary. But Asuka and Io Sky's sister were a team in Japan. Now, Io Sky replied to Asuka's comment, replied to her promo and said, of course, I can. It's obviously I can speak Japanese. Didn't you know that? And then Asuka goes on to say, you can speak Japanese? I didn't know that. Yeah, sure she did. Sure she didn't. Asuka and Io Sky in real life are best friends, man. In case you guys didn't know that. They take pictures together. They used to take pictures together anyway. I don't know if they still do that or not. Io Sky responded by saying, of course, I can. And they even trained together too. Who I was told by one of my friends on Twitter. Amazing. Io Sky replied and said, don't patronize me. This is all I'm going to say. Stupid. Are you stupid? She questioned that. Then she said, "What did the idiot say?" Stupid, 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 stupid. Oh snap, man! This segment was good, but it was also funny as hell, man. At least it wasn't cringe like Emi Sakura's theme song and her character is. Emi Sakura is cringe. You know what I'm talking about? Cringe. Her theme song, her character is cringe. Like, literally. And she ain't that good in the ring either. She's also cringe in the ring. Outside the ring, too. Damage Control faction has been receiving a lot of mixed reactions since then, but it seems Kai and Skye still aren't used to WWE's hated schedule. The stories are far from finished at this point, and they continue proving that every week, says Ringside News. But yet, they were losing as champions when they actually first became the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And they're still losing. Still losing. They even lost, even without being the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Lesson learned for WWE, never have champions lose. Always have your champions winning. Never have your champions losing, man. That is bad. That looks bad on WWE. That looks bad on Triple H, man. Having your champions lose. It looks bad. It looks bad. It even looked bad on Vince and Bruce. When they had all their champions losing when they were in charge. It's ridiculous, man. You can't do shit like that. Anyways, what do you guys think of this story on Asuka and Io Sky's promo battle on WWE Raw translating to English? Let me know. And I think that is going to do it for your WWE Thursday morning news. I think that's all. Yeah, that's going to do it for your WWE Thursday morning news. Now we're going to go ahead and go over your AEW Thursday morning news. We're going to start with your AEW Thursday morning news on AEW set for first outing to UK next year. Now, this is a very important news here. Now, those of you that are from the UK, you might want to tune into this live chat. Like, I'm serious. All you UK subscribers that subscribe to my channel, you might want to tune in for this. You might want to tune in and join the live chat for this one. This is important. Apparently, AEW is set for first outing to UK next year. The UK. AEW fans in the UK have a treat next year following a recent announcement. Now, this week's episode of AEW Dynamite saw Tony Schiavone revealed that the organization will have its first live event in the United Kingdom in 2023. There have been rumors of AEW making its way to UK ever since the company's inauguration in 2019. The team's fans will finally be able to enjoy a UK show next year. An official announcement will be made next week regarding AEW UK debut following more details. Now, many have stated that the venue is more likely to be held in Craven Cottage, the home of Fulham FC, the football team of which Tony Khan is vice chairman of. Dave Meltzer stated in September 26th edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter would most likely occur during the summer of 2023 in the aforementioned venue. Says here in that quote, right now, it still looks like next summer at the earliest for a UK, thinking NXT UK when I see the word UK, man. For a UK debut at Craven Cottage, the home of Fulham. I think what the Ringside News is trying to say is college. I'm not sure. They might be saying college. I'm not sure. That might be the actual word though. There are many wrestlers from the UK in the AEW roster, including recent debuted Saraya, Jamie Hayter, Anthony Ogogo. Yes, Saraya has been in the UK. Yes. I've heard reports of her being seen in the UK, training and wrestling other talent and stuff. But Saraya, Jamie Hayter, Anthony Ogogo in AEW's first ever debut, double champion. First ever double champion pack, British AEW stars, would love to put on a show on their home turf. Oh, I'm pretty sure they would. Pretty sure they would, man. I didn't even know Saraya was from the UK. I thought she was from Ireland or something like that. I thought she was Irish. You mean tell me she's half Irish and half UK? You mean tell me she's half Irish and half Australian? The fuck? Anyways, my question to you guys is, what date do you think AEW has planned for its UK debut? State your predictions in the live chats. Please. I really appreciate it. All right, moving on to the next AEW Thursday morning news. I have some news on Parker Boudreaux. Yes, folks, Parker Boudreaux, one of the members of the Trustbusters. Parker Boudreaux apparently locks down interesting. Parker Boudreaux came to prominence with his comparison to Brock Lesnar in the WWE. Parker, the current AEW superstar, has also been credited for his amazing physique and stature. Parker has filled for some trademarks. WWE NXT was the first site of Parker Boudreaux's wrestling debut under the ring name Harlan in December 2021. For the NXT 4 months until his release from the company in April of 2022, Parker Boudreaux wrestled a few matches for Major League Wrestling before appearing on a AEW show as part of the stable, the Trustbusters, alongside with Ariya Daivari and Slim J, signing with the company in August. Boudreaux has now filed trademarks for his ring name as well as the term BFD, according to a report by PW Insider on October the 25th. We'll have to see what Parker does next. He is currently big enough to draw attention no matter where he goes into. No matter what he goes into. No matter where and how he goes into it. I'll keep checking with Ringside News for more updates, guys. And when I have updates, I will do another donating AEW news live stream. Now, moving on to the next AEW Thursday morning news. This one on AEW dropping huge Full Gear tease for the Elite's return, which I already saw this coming. I mean, who wasn't surprised about that? I mean, really. We knew that right from the word go. Like, for real. So AEW dropped huge Full Gear tease for the Elite's return. Let me find that on the screen here. Okay, time to change the music. I don't like this. Where is it? Where is it? I know I've seen it somewhere. There it is. There it is. I found it, guys. Don't go anywhere. I found it. So the Elite were the first ever AEW World Trios Tag Team Champions, but their reign didn't last very long. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks were stripped of the titles over their involvement in the AEW All Out Brawl. Now, last night, their return was teased once again. AEW aired a video package for the Elite's imminent return during Dynamite last night. The new promo clip shows the clock and the clogs for Full Gear with Omega, the Bucks suddenly appearing in front of what looks like Full Gear poster. AEW had dropped major keys for the Elite's return during previous episodes of Dynamite as well. The company posted a clip with the group winning the Trios tag titles against the Dark Order and Adam Page at All Out. The group was present backstage during last week's episode of Dynamite and the one before that as well. Last night's return marked the group's first televised appearance since All Out. Sorry, I keep getting some of my stuff wrong. Trying to get some of my stuff right. A new teaser suggests that the Elite will be back at Full Gear in Newark, New Jersey on November the 19th, 2022. Now, guys, I'm getting ready to show you this clip real quick. So be prepared. Let me see if I can, hold on. There we go. All right, let's stop the music for a second. All right, guys, here we go. To those of you that didn't get to see the full clip, I'm getting ready to show you guys right now. So here we go. Here we go, guys. All right. To those of you that didn't get to see the clip, now you got an opportunity to see it. So I hope you're satisfied with what you saw. There's your proof that the clip was actually shown on Dynamite last night. Now, the Elite will be back soon. So, we should expect them back after Full Gear. Either after Full Gear or before Full Gear. You know, I think the Elite are going to return as soon as next week, more than likely. And if they do, you know we are going to get that AEW Trios Championship match that we've all been wanting to see. The Elite versus Death Triangle. Hopefully we'll see it. For sure. Now, if you guys enjoyed that clip, man, let me know. I know I did. It was a very, very good clip. They did a really good job with it, in my honest opinion. All right. The next AEW Thursday morning news I have, guys, is on the All Atlantic title match and more announced for AEW Rampage this week. So AEW Rampage will be tomorrow. That means my SmackDown and Rampage watch along will be live tomorrow. And you know what that means. Also, my SmackDown Rampage review will be live this Saturday afternoon. So make sure you're in the chat for both of those. I want the biggest audience that I can get for a SmackDown Rampage. Of course, it seems like I always have the biggest audience for Rampage and SmackDown more than I have for the Dynamite watch-alongs and reviews, which is kind of odd. But anyways, Orange Cassidy successfully defended the All-Atlantic Championship against New Japan Pro Wrestling star Shibata last week on Rampage. Cassidy will put his title on the line this Friday as well. Orange Cassidy's got a lot of work on his chest, man. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. As announced during Dynamite, Orange Cassidy will defend his All-Atlantic Championship against Lee Johnson. That's going to be an interesting match. Holy shit, that match is going to steal the show. That's a match JD's probably going to watch. That's a match the entire community is going to be watching, I bet. Hopefully. I know Rampage sometimes can be good and sometimes it can be absolutely god-awful, but Rampage produces good shows sometimes, man. They really do. Now, the title bout will take place on Rampage this Friday. Plus, the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament will continue on Rampage this week. Brian Cage, Dante Martin, Rush, and others will fight in the opening round matchups on Rampage. So we'll be getting at least 3 Eliminator Tournament matches on Rampage. This is the full card for Rampage. Orange Cassidy defending his All-Atlantic Championship against Lee Johnson. Dante Martin versus Brian Cage. That'll be the first AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament match for Rampage. Second one will be Ricky Starks versus Lance Archer in the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament match. Then the third one will be Bandito versus Rush. Like I said, Bandito looks like the babyface version of Rush. He really does, legitimately. Just one, I said it on the other stream. Nyla Rose promo, and Jungle Boy comes face to face with Christian Cage and Luchasaurus. So that is the card for Rampage. I cannot wait for Rampage tomorrow night. This legitimately looks to be one of the best Rampages that we're ever going to get tomorrow night. Oh my goodness, dude. My goodness, bro. This is going to be one of the best Rampage episodes that we haven't gotten in a long time. The last 2 episodes of Rampage have been complete dog shit. I'm not going to lie to you. This week's episode of Rampage is safe to say is going to be absolutely fantastic. Rush versus Bandito, that is going to steal the fucking show for sure. That's going to steal the show for sure, man. Dante Martin versus Brian Cage. I don't know. We'll have to see. Orange Cassidy versus Lee Johnson. That's another match that's going to steal the show. Ricky Starks versus Lance Archer. We'll see. Given that they both are good in the ring. But does Ricky Starks have what it takes to pick up Lance Archer? That remains to be the question. Jungle Boy comes face to face with Christian Cage and Luchasaurus ahead of the match for Full Gear. That's another match that was made official for that pay-per-view. Let me tell you, man, AEW Full Gear is stacked. I can't wait. Can't wait for November the 19th. I'm going to have my biggest audience in the chat, dude. Oh, it's got to be fucking great, bro. I'm probably going to have like 30 fucking people in here watching. Just like I did with my Crown Jewel watch-along, remember? Remember when I was live with the Crown Jewel watch-along? I had 15, 16 people watching. And I wanted to bet Cam Man was one of them. And I'm willing to bet that what's his name was the other one? that Sassy guy that was in the live chat, one of my moderators, Sassy, he was probably there too for that Crown Jewel, for my Crown Jewel watch along. Man, it's going to be great. I can't wait for Full Gear. It's going to be great. I'm going to have the biggest audience ever in the live chat. That is going to be great. And I'm probably going to have 1K viewers once again, like I did with my other pay-per-view watch-alongs. Oh, my goodness. I keep breaking records after records after records every week, dude. Just about every week. The very first time I got 1K viewers was on my AEW Dark watch-along with Parker Boudreaux, Ember Moon, and Harushida on the thumbnail. I think that's the last time I ever got 1 quadrillion viewers. And on my NXT Halloween Havoc watch-along, I got like 1.3 quadrillion viewers. That was crazy, dude. That's a lot of views, man. That's crazy. You guys are the best, man. Keep supporting my channel any way you can, man. For real. Like, I'm not even joking. Oh, we ain't done yet. I still got more. I still got plenty of more AEW Thursday morning news. So I got your AEW Thursday morning news on Saraya, man. We got to talk about Saraya here. And I kind of feel like we just talked about Saraya and Britt Baker earlier in the review, which I did. So, I got something else to show you guys before I get on out of here. So, apparently, Saraya. Some people call her Saraya, some people call her Saraya. Saraya shows proof of medical clearance for in-ring return. So, Saraya was forced to say goodbye to her in-ring career because of her injuries during her time in WWE. Well, last night she shared the good news that she was medically cleared to compete. Now she's backing her claims with proof. And check this out. This is the good, interesting part about it. Saraya actually took to Twitter after Dynamite last night to show proof of her medical clearance. The AEW star posted a photo of a medical clearance certificate for her fans to see. It says here, and I quote, printed and framed this. And quote, Saraya and Dr. Britt Baker had an intense back and forth exchange during their segment on Dynamite last night. Rightfully so. It's one of the best things on Dynamite, man. The other best thing on Dynamite was Danielson versus Guevara. I was going to say Garcia. Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia would be a great match too, though. Don't get me wrong. Danielson versus Guevara was just as better, though. Those were the two best things on Dynamite, in my honest opinion. The Britt Baker, Saraya face-off, them exchanging promos between one another, and Danielson versus Guevara. Danielson and Guevara, you guys should not be shocked. I mean, they are always great at what they do in the ring. It's nothing new. Nothing new about these guys at all. Two of the best in-ring performers the AEW has. No question about it. DMD was clearly over with the crowd during her verbal battle with the veteran. That could be a sign that Britt Baker could be turning babyface next year. I think going into 2023, it's safe to say that Britt Baker is going to have a babyface turn. She keeps getting over with the crowd like that, Tony Khan is going to turn her babyface. Legitimately. Well, don't worry. Britt's going to have that opportunity soon going into 2023. Right now, it's Jamie Hayter's time to turn babyface right now. I would love to see how good Britt Baker would do as a face. Really. Even Jay Cargill. Now, the two are likely to compete against each other at AEW Full Gear on November the 19th, 2022. The matchup has been officially announced as of yet. All right, guys, I'm going to show you guys this certificate that Saraya showed on Twitter. This clearance certificate, I'm going to show you guys it. You're going to pull it up. Give me a few seconds here. Let me just zoom in on it. There we go. All right, guys. Here's proof that Saraya had her medical clearance for in-ring return. Check it out, man. Check it out, man. Get a load of that. Wow. Talk about a clear medical clearance, man. Oh my goodness. Oh man. That's a good looking medical clearance there you got there, Saraya. My goodness. Look at that. It even tells the address and everything. Marina Del Rey, California. Look at the phone number to these medical doctors, man. The medical dentists. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. They got Robert G. Wickens in there. They got David Chang in there. Chang sounds like a Japanese last name. I imagine he's Japanese. David Chang. Chang. Oh! No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm messing around. Look at that. Look at that, man. It says patient is cleared to wrestle with no restrictions. You love to see it, man. Oh, man. You love to see it, dude. It says patient is cleared to wrestle with no restrictions. Sincerely, Robert Watkins Jr., a surgeon. You gotta love it, man. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You really gotta love it, man. Right? It's great. It's awesome if you ask me. Very, very great, man. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for you doing the AEW Thursday morning news. If you guys enjoyed the Dynamite review that I produced here on the IWN YouTube channel that I streamed, please hit that thumbs up. Let's get a lot of likes here on the stream, minimum. If you enjoyed me giving you your AEW Thursday morning news, because you know I did it. I think I did it last Thursday morning too, I believe, if I can remember. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are so close to 500 subscribers. Thank y'all so much for the overwhelming support, man. I really appreciate it, man. Keep on supporting me and my channel in any ways you can. I love the support I'm getting. Keep it up. I really mean it. Keep on going. If I'm getting likes, I'm getting people in my live chat, it means I'm doing something right, clearly. I'm doing something right with my channel and my content, clearly. I'm going to keep doing it right, too. I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers eventually, man, and 4,000 watch hours. 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, man. I'm hoping to get there. I just hope my channel doesn't get taken down, suspended, or reported, man, because I'm not a bad person, you know. I'm right most of the time about wrestling. I really am. I'm just about as right as JD. I'm almost as right as JD, man. See how JD inspires people like me, man? You love to see it. Like, really. You love to see it. I don't know why you got all these irrelevant geeks in the community still shitting on him in his podcast, man. Like, put the shit, dude. The guy knows more than what he's saying. JD knows more than what he's saying on his podcast. That's the one thing I love about him. He knows more than what he's saying. He's the greatest at what he does. And he truly loves his fan base, just like I truly love all my subscribers that continue to support me and my YouTube channel. You know, I care about what you guys want to hear and what you want to see. That's why I go live my watch-alongs, reviews, and AEW news live streams in the first place. That's why I do it every week, man. That's why I keep on doing it. The more I keep doing it, the more views I'll get, the more likes I get, and the more subscribers I get. That's simple. I'm gonna keep pushing, man. Pushing and pushing. I'm gonna have OBS starting next year. So things are gonna go to the next level on the IWN YouTube channel, man. Yes, folks, I am officially getting OBS Studio next year. Hopefully when I get the right laptop to download OBS Studio. Once I get that, man, Jesus Christ, I'm going to be working on some stream layouts for my freaking streams and watch-alongs, and I'm going to be streaming my PS4 games on the PS4 on the laptop instead of on the TV screen. Instead of TV screen, I'm going to be playing on the laptop, man. Jesus Christ. That means you guys will get to see better quality this time around. Heck, I feel like I'm producing better quality now. Last year, it was awful. I ain't gonna lie to you. Last year was awful for me. This year, I ain't gonna lie. This year has been my best year so far producing and streaming content here on the channel, man. I went from stop streaming games to going live with my AEW news live streams to freaking going live with my wrestling watch-alongs and reviews. It's great. It's great, man. It's great. It's great that people are subscribed to my channel knowing that they know that I give them what they want to hear and what they want to see and what they want to know. It's important. It really is. Really, I'm always grateful to be here every time I see you guys. Just want you guys to know that, to know all that. Anyways, it's time for IWN to get the hell out of here because it is 3:31 p.m. in the morning, and I need to get some sleep because I got work. After work, I'll be off till Monday. Thank God. I feel like I worked hard this week, for real. Really. I would work Wednesdays, but I'm always 2 jobs, so. But that's okay. I'm okay with that because I get to be home. I get to be live with you guys, watching Dynamite and chatting with you guys while Dynamite is on the air. So I'm always grateful for that. I hate having to freaking go to work and work somebody's shift knowing that Dynamite is on and I'm missing it. Because Dynamite shows are always great every week. Unlike Rampage, Dark, and Elevation. But I'm getting out of here, man. I gotta charge this laptop because I'm using the wrong charger for the laptop. I wanted to try to keep the laptop on, that's why, so it wouldn't go out. But I'm getting out of here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you guys in the live chats for SmackDown and Rampage. Peace, goodbye. See you guys tomorrow. Stay safe always. And make sure everybody is in the chat for SmackDown Rampage. And the Clone 97, thank you for joining live chat. You are invited to join the live chat for my SmackDown and Rampage watch-alongs at any time. Even my Dynamite watch-alongs. Even my reviews. Cam Man, thank you for joining the live chat. Guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown Rampage.